Will they one day learn to be silent? Critics criticize the Sussexes for giving their opinions on world affairs. Hello everyone and welcome back to Princess Diana's news channel. Yesterday we reported that Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy, had finally broken their silence on the crisis currently unfolding in Israel. On their Archewell website, under the title "With a Heavy Heart," Meghan and Harry wrote, "At the Archewell Foundation, along with Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, we oppose all acts of terrorism and of brutality. We are supporting our partners and frontline organizations in Israel to provide the urgently needed aid and help all innocent victims of this unacceptable level of human suffering." Of course, Meghan and Harry had to issue a statement after King Charles, Prince William and Princess Catherine issued statements condemning the violence. Meghan and Harry, however, didn't even bother to condemn the violence. Instead, they simply offered vague word salad, which they are very good at doing, as we have already noted. Are they effective in influencing real change? Well, no, but why isn't word salad good enough? And today the reviewers are really letting them have it, so I want to share with you some items I discovered. The first is in the Daily Mail. Jen Moyer, who I'm a big fan of, wrote an article for the Daily Mail. Now the headline is, "The week Charles and William gave Harry and Meghan a lesson on what it means to be royal." So I knew there would be some good things in this article. Let's talk about what Jen had to say. Right off the bat, Jan makes an excellent point. He says, "There is no situation in the world that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex cannot make worse by enthusiastically inserting themselves into the story. And that's also something that really worries me about the Harkles. It's just two people. They really don't know anything about anything. But they somehow believe that everything is their business and that we want to hear their thoughts and opinions on absolutely every topic that exists." Jan also points out that they didn't even really condemn Hamas. And I noticed it too. He says it's in case they upset someone who might be useful in the future. I agree with Jan. Meghan and Harry want to have it both ways. They want to be able to speak out of both sides of their mouth. Because let's remember that I'm not really for or against anything. They change their minds more often than some people change their underwear. Jen also mentions a few other celebrities who felt they needed to say something. Apparently, Kim Kardashian has issued a proclamation. So Kim Kardashian said, "As human beings with hearts, how can we not be devastated by these horrible images that we will never be able to see again?" And then, Madonna, "Imagine if that happened to you. It's unfathomable." Well, just because other celebrities like to make these meaningless statements doesn't mean we'll let Meghan and Harry get away with it. Of course not. And then Meghan and Harry are not celebrities anyway. I know they're striving to be celebrities, but they're not. It's just a few useless people. And Jan Mori, of course, isn't the only royal journalist to talk about it. Lady C also shared her views on the subject. He then said that Meghan and Harry were not in a position to make a statement on the matter, unlike frontline royals such as Prince William and King Charles. And he's absolutely right. He added that it seems like Meghan and Harry are just trying to promote their own image. Of course they are. That's all they're trying to do. They don't really care about helping anyone other than themselves. We talked about it. He called them self-promoting idiots, and I have to agree. He also said, they do not know their place. Prince William and the King are obliged to make some comments. Harry and Meghan are not expected to comment. It is not for the royal family to comment. It is up to state representatives to decide. They have forgotten how unimportant they are and need to remember their place and go back to their corner. Oh. Strong words, but words that Meghan and Harry really need to hear. They won't, I know, but it would still behoove them to follow this advice and shut up for once. Then, royal commentator Phil Dampierre intervened. He said it was good for them to talk about international relations when they can't even settle their own families. I always love hearing what Phil has to say, and once again, he's right. What is the point of trying to solve the world's problems when they have so many personal problems? Jen Moyer also made very important observations on the statements of King Charles but also Prince William and Princess Catherine. Today, the BBC even refuses to call Hamas terrorist. Which I find absolutely frightening. I mean, look what these horrible people are doing to these poor people in Israel. If that's not terrorism, I don't know what is, but some channels apparently believe that it is more important to spare people's feelings, even if they are terrorists, than to simply tell the truth and defend the victims. In his article for the Daily Mail, Jan Moyer says the Prince and Princess of Wales have gone even further, much further than some thought wise. Not only were William and Kate deeply upset by the devastating events that took place, but they also called Hamas terrorists, something even the national broadcaster refused to do. And he says he admires their clarity and their sense of justice. I agree with her 100% that I'm so glad William and Catherine weren't too afraid to just tell the truth. This is terrorism. What is happening now is absolutely terrorism. Innocent children are being murdered. How come this isn't terrorism? Honestly, my friends, when I read Prince William and Princess Catherine's statement at Kensington Palace, I thought it was perfect. So now you're hearing that some people think maybe it wasn't a wise decision to label them terrorists. I mean, I'm shocked. In what world are we living? So I did some research, because I wondered, who would call this statement controversial? Who could say that supporting victims of terrorism is controversial? Well, I came across an article on GB News and apparently some celebrities have made statements in support of Israel. And then, according to Katie Nicholl, they are attacked by the Palestinian side. Now, Katie Nicholl also supports what William and Catherine said. This seems to be the case for most people, they seem to have received a lot of praise. Katie Nicholl, of course, is the real editor-in-chief of Vanity Fair. So he said it was quite unusual to hear members of the royal family venturing into this slightly political territory. Honestly, I mean, I understand what he's saying. I guess they're kind of venturing into political territory, like you said, but at the same time, it seems to me that Catherine and William are simply good people, who support people when they need it. I really don't think condemning terrorism is a political issue. In my opinion, this is just common sense. Nicholl also mentions that William and Catherine included something about Israel's right to self-defense. And she says that's something that I think most people wouldn't argue with, but she's right, some might argue about it. There are so many people who believe that Israel should not exist as a state. So I imagine these are the same people who would criticize a statement made by the Prince and Princess of Wales. This certainly doesn't help matters, but we live in crazy times, guys. I mean, there have been so many people attacking people who post anything and show support for Israel. Even on my Facebook I saw it. They weren't people I really knew and I quickly unfriended them. But there are people who simply hate Israel and everything it stands for. And I hate to say it, but a lot of these people are American. Are they also Palestinians? No, I'm not. They're usually just smart idiots, just like Harry and Meghan, who accept what the mainstream media tells them without question. And they simply accept this narrative without questioning the fact that Israel is evil. So when I think about it, it makes perfect sense that Meghan and Harry did not dare to condemn Hamas in their statement and did not call them terrorists. Because those are the kind of people Harry and Meghan hang out with in California. They have awakened people who see everything in black and white and who know nothing about history. I mean, the situation in Israel, between Israel and Palestine, is incredibly complicated, but these people don't understand it. They refuse to listen. So the more I think about it, it's not just the emptiness and word salad nature of Meghan and Harry's statement that I find annoying. The point is, they're really trying to have it both ways here. I mean, they're condemning what's happening without actually saying what they're condemning. It's typical of them, I know. But at the same time, I'm disgusted, because seriously, they could have kept quiet, but no, they have to commit to everything. And as Jan Moyer said, they really have a way of making a bad situation even worse. And you, What do you think of the Sussexes' statements on the situation in Israel? Please let me know your thoughts below in the comments section. Thank you very much for listening. Before you go, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything from Princess Diana's news channel. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you again soon.